Just like in class, here's a one-step equation, except attached to the x we have a mixed number. So we're going to talk about how to change that into an improper fraction, then we're going to go ahead and solve it. What I would advise for you to do at this point is go ahead and pause the video, try working out the problem on your own, see what you get as your answer, and then go ahead and watch the video and compare the work that you have and see if you get the correct answer. That way, if you make any mistakes, you can go ahead and catch it while you're doing it. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off by changing this into an improper fraction. You do that by multiplying the denominator by the whole number and then adding the numerator. So we're going to do 5 times 2. 5 times 2 is 10. Plus 4 is 14. So I have 14 on top. And we always keep the same denominator. In that case, that's 5. So now I have 14 over 5x equals 10. Now it becomes a one-step equation at this point. I'm going to go ahead and get x by itself. And what you have to do in any case like this, you have to either get x by itself or you have to make sure there's a 1 in front of x. In order to get this to turn into a 1, we have to go ahead and multiply by the reciprocal. So I'm going to do that in a different color. The reciprocal is always the flipped version of the fraction. So instead of multiplying by 14 over 5, it's going to be times 5 over 14. And whatever you do to one side, you do to both sides. So these will cancel out. You'll end up with x equals left over. If you would like to put 10 over 1, you can, and then you can multiply the top numbers, multiply the bottom numbers. But instead of doing that, I'd like to do something a little bit different, just so I don't have to simplify my answer in the end. Sorry about that yelling in the background, by the way. So what I would like to do is I would like to cross cancel. What that means is I can look at the top of one fraction, the bottom of another fraction, and I can go ahead and simplify them now so I don't have to simplify them later. For instance, 2 goes into both of these numbers. So I'm going to divide both numbers by 2. So I'll change this to a 5 because I'm going to divide by 2. Then I'll change this into a 7 because I'll divide by 2. I can only do that because one number is on the top and one number is on the bottom. Now I can try multiplying the tops, multiplying the bottoms. 5 times 5 is 25. 1 times 7 is 7. This ends up being your final answer.